Hi guys, did Rishi Sunak die because the Leader of the House of Commons, Penny Mordaunt, delivered a speech about the Prime Minister, and if you were listening to it on the radio, it would sound like it was being read out at a funeral. Mordaunt is no doubt trying to shore up support for Rishi as the backstabbers continue to sharpen their knives. Simon Clarke was one of the first, but while it didn't leave much of an impact, I believe there is a real fear at number 10 that more rebels will come out of the woodwork. The recent polling conducted by the anti-Rishi faction mean they're willing to manipulate the public to see him gone. Have a listen to this tripe about Saint Sunak.
Our Prime Minister is a man whose migrant parents made sacrifices to ensure that he could have a good start in life. He worked hard to make best use of every opportunity he was afforded. He studied hard, he pushed himself. He had many career options, but he chose a life in public service representing God's own country. He protected this nation and livelihoods from the greatest financial and health crisis since the Second World War. He has risen through hard work and courage and determination to be this country's first British Asian Prime Minister. He has shown global leadership on many challenges facing this country. He's a wonderful dad. He gives quietly to charities. He runs for his local hospice. He's a cricket fanatic. He still attends home games at the football clubs he supports despite being Prime Minister and despite it being Southampton. He is a shareholder in 3 community pubs and patron of Labourn Brass Band. He doesn't just get Britain, he represents the best of Great Britain. The greatest things we have to offer and what they mean to the world and our values: hard work, enterprise, taking personal responsibility for yourself and helping others. He is in no way confused about where his duties lies. You won't find him taxing education or denying others the opportunities he has had, or voting against strengthening our borders, or siding with militant trade unions against the public, or compromising our energy security or our nuclear deterrent, or opposing the deportation of foreign criminals, scratching his head about the monarchy, ducking difficult issues, or supporting the Right Honourable Member for Islington North. If the Leader of the Opposition is a weather vane, our Prime Minister is a signpost. He knows what he stands for, he knows where the country needs to go, he's got a plan to get us there, and that plan is working.
What utter tripe. Okay, some of the things are true about him being a sponsor of a brass band or being a critic, maybe a film critic. I don't know I'm not sure what she's on about. Maybe that's true. But I want to focus on 2 things that came up here. One, of course, being Jeremy Corbyn. You know, in case of emergency, break glass and bring out Jeremy Corbyn. As if that works anymore. I think there's a certain section of the public or a certain section of the Conservative Party who still think that Jeremy Corbyn is some sort of tool to be used against Keir Starmer. No, that was 5 years ago. People don't care about Jeremy Corbyn when it comes to the election. Okay, people will not be thinking about Jeremy Corbyn. They'll be thinking about the cost of living crisis. What has Rishi Sunak done to help people during that? Sweet FA. Now, the other point, which is a bit trivial, was that she said that he gives to charity silently. But by saying that he gives to charity silently, doesn't that actually defeat the purpose of giving to charity silently? Like, the idea that you give to charity silently is you don't want to make a hullabaloo about it. You just want to give to charity. You don't want to be named. You're doing it because you care about the charity. You're not trying to make hay out of it. You're not trying to make some sort of political statement. It's not virtue signaling. It's the opposite of virtue signaling. But by saying that you do it silently, that's virtue signaling. Doesn't she understand? She's sort of thrown him under a bus if he actually does that. We don't know whether he does it or not. Just diatribe. Saint Sunak, Saint Rishi, whatever way you want to put it. A wonderful man. And then, of course, she brings up Keir Starmer without actually mentioning his name. And how he's dodgy on the royal family. He wants to put Britain in danger. He wants to, rescue criminals from the justice system, from being put in prison. And, of course, Jeremy Corbyn. It's pretty pathetic. It's not really going to work because when it comes to the election, people are going to vote on the issues. They don't care that much about the personalities. They're going to vote on the issue. And the main issue, of course, is the cost of living crisis. Do we want more of the Tories? Yes or no? And I think most people will say no. They've had enough of them. Even people who have voted Conservative all their lives are saying we need a change. So you can try and boost Rishi's ego as much as possible, but I don't think it's going to have much of an impact with the public. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.